Once again, I would like to congratulate the entire team for organizing this World Conference on Meditation. Chairman, Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan. Some people are like a lighthouse, always trying to guide, inspire, and direct others with passion and conviction. One such person, Karthikeyan. The way he has mentored, please give him a big hand. The way he has mentored the Buddha CEO Foundation, I've been witness to it right from the very first, perhaps around 4 to 5 years back. A person with a conviction, courage of conviction about meditation and its benefit. Dear friends, so far you have heard from real stalwarts in meditation, and with a wonderful disposition by Mr. Chandra on meditation. I'm not going to talk on meditation at this point of time. I'll be a misfit. Rather, I would like to share with you my thoughts on excellence. Excellence with few instances where we have witnessed excellence. All of us are concerned about our health. The World Health Organization defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. That is how it was defined. Subsequently, in the year 2024, they added to the definition, they said, beyond this, physical, mental, and social well-being, emotional and spiritual were added in the year 2024. So health is not just simply saying that, hey, I'm healthy, I don't have a disease. Beyond that, there are different parameters, different aspects to be taken care. Now, Mr. Chandra mentioned about holistic. What is holistic? An all-embracing approach that views every aspect of a matter as a cohesive whole rather than a collation of isolated particles. It's on the whole, holistic. To put it in simple terms, holistic is about looking at the trees without losing sight of the forest. That is precisely the holistic. Now let us briefly think about excellence. Excellence, it has come from a Latin word called excelsus. What is excelsus? It means beyond the high. Beyond the high. We are in this auditorium and there is a roof. Perhaps if there is yet another floor, that is slightly higher than what it is, what we are all experiencing here. Excellence means beyond the high. It is consistently doing your best and challenging yourself to exceed the norms. Every time, challenging yourself to exceed the norms. Excellence is never an accident. It is well planned, well executed, with energy and direction. It is a wise choice of many alternatives, not by chance. Friends, excellence is not a goal. Excellence is a pursuit. It's an ongoing pursuit. Whatever we are doing today, we need to do slightly better tomorrow and perhaps the day after. So it is a pursuit, ongoing pursuit, a challenge. And that's why it's charming as well. Swami Vivekananda said, it all starts with a dream. Everything starts with a dream. He said, take one idea, have a dream, think of it, dream of it. Let every part of your body, your bones, your muscles, your nerves, your brain, every part of your body reverberate with that thought and leave all other thoughts alone. And that is the way to succeed. Standing example here, Mr. Chandra. For him, it is only meditation. He dreamt of meditation. He mastered meditation. He's sharing with all of us. So, Swami Vivekananda has rightly said, one has to be focused. Our own Dr. Abdul Kalam Bharat Ratna, he often says, have a dream which doesn't come to you when you're fast asleep, but a dream is one which doesn't allow you to sleep. It doesn't allow you to sleep. Small dream is a crime. Small dream is a crime. Dream big. Have a big dream. That's what Dr. Kalam says. Steve Jobs, when he started his company, he didn't say that I'm going to manufacture computers and phones. He did say, I want to put a ding in the universe. I want to put a ding in the universe. So that is the kind of a dream, if everyone can have, definitely that will be the approach towards excellence. Friends, a couple of real experiences I would like to share with you at this point of time. A friend of mine who was heading the Unilevers and later joined the Tata Sons, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, he mentioned this to us. I believe in London, in the early 90s, people never knew about the Indian cuisine at all. They were all so enamored by the Japanese cuisine and the Chinese cuisine, they never knew about the Indian cuisine. Taj had a big hotel in London, has a big hotel now. Somewhere in 93, 94, they started a restaurant and named it as Taj Koilon. Some of you are from Kerala might know that there's a place called Koilon in Kerala. So they named it as Taj Koilon. After starting Taj Koilon, the very next year, just 2 years, it became a runaway hit. People slowly started forgetting about the Chinese and the Japanese cuisine. And the evening at 5, there used to be a long queue in front of this Koilon restaurant. It was a magic. Everyone was surprised. And Gopal went there and he called the head chef, one Mr. Sriram Ailur, and asked him, Sriram, tell me, how did you make this magic happen? And Sriram said, Sir, I work for 10 months. I don't take leave. At the end of the 10 months, they give me 2 months leave. I go back home. I spend 2 weeks in my house with my family. And the next 6 weeks, I go to coastal Kerala. I go to the fishermen villages. Keep changing every day from one village to another. And in the evening, when the women folks start cooking, I go and watch. I observe. I take down notes. By the time I complete the 6 weeks period in different villages, different houses, I will have around 20 out-of-the-world recipes, which no one has tasted. I go back to Taj Koilon and introduce. And it becomes a hit. Friends, this is excellence. A chef who has proved himself as the head chef in a hotel like Taj, if he feels that I need to excel, I need to learn year after year, day after day, hour after hour, that is excellence. My own experience when I was a child, I was a school student. My father, Dr. Ramanathan, he had a driver by name Abdul. And he also had a car. Those days, it used to be called as A40, Austin of England. A black, beautiful car. This Abdul, a young man, throughout the day, he'll be just cleaning and wiping the car. Throughout the day, a black, beautiful car, he'll keep on doing that. And as playful children, we go and touch that, he'll just remove our hand and say, don't touch, don't spoil my car. That is the pride. And those days, we never had this, automatic transmission. It all manual gears. And people have to jam the brake whenever somebody, crossroads and all that. But what Abdul used to do is, by the time he's getting closer to a road cross, from the top gear, you just press the clutch and move over to the third gear, and the vehicle will slow down beautifully. Then on to the second gear. By the time he does that, it will just come to literally a stop. Traveling with him was an experience. It's something like not like going in a car, it used to be flying like experience. That is excellence. A driver could keep on improving his capacity and become an expert in that particular field. Yet another instance, which all of us are aware, when the bomb blast happened in Taj, Mumbai, all of us know about that. A lot of guests were there, I believe, in the hotel at that point of time. In one of those, and multiple conference halls, small, big, and all that, one of those small little hall, there were about 45 guests. They had a dinner party. And there is one girl, Taj employee, hardly 24 years. She was in charge. She was the banquet manager for that. The moment she heard the blast, she heard the various gunshots along the corridor, she quietly closed the door. She switched off all the lights, went to each and every guest and whispered, "Please be quiet, lie down. I'm here. We will ensure that all of you are safe." And she was watching carefully. And by the time the movement of those terrorists on the corridor went on to the other side, she started working. She removed all the tall curtain cloths from the windows, tied it up. This was in the first floor. Tied it up and make a kind of a rope and put it outside the window. And one by one, she ensured all the guests were taken out for safety. And then she followed them to safety. And that is excellence. For all that, she is not equipped to handle a situation like this. Perhaps she is an MBA to take care of a hotel management. But when an instance, when a demand, when a need comes up, she has proved herself as an excellent person. Friends, excellence is a way of life. Excellence is a pursuit. As the speakers mentioned briefly, it has an impact on our physical health, mental health, spiritual health. Meditation has an impact. Yoga and meditation, all of us are convinced. We saw the film just now. We heard Mr. Chandra explaining it again and again beautifully. So yoga and meditation have a strong effect on our physical health, enhancing the health, reducing the stress, giving us the energy, because balanced breathing techniques are known for that. Bharatiyar, the famous Tamil poet, some of you might have heard of him. Bharatiyar is a famous poet. I'll just say in Tamil whatever he had written on this about the physical body, and then I will translate it in English for the benefit of everyone. Bharatiyar says in Tamil, "Nallador வீணை செய்தே அதை நலம் கெட புழுதியில் எறிவதுண்டோ சொல்லடி சிவசக்தி என்னை சுடர்மிகும் அறிவுடன் ஏன் படைத்தாய் வல்லமை தாராயோ மாநிலம் பயனுற வாழ்வதற்கே." This is what he says. He compares this human body, God-given human body, to a beautiful veena. Out of all the instruments, musical instruments you and me are familiar with, you would agree that veena is a beautiful instrument. And he says, "Nallador veenai seide." The body, what God has given to us, is like a beautiful veena. Out of our ignorance, not caring for our own health, should we throw it to dust? Should not. Because this body is required very much in a healthy way, if at all we are to be of some service to the society, to the community, our own family for that matter. Friends, I know the scarcity of time. I'll try to be a bit more brief. As far as the mental well-being is concerned, again, there is an impact. Meditation has a profound impact. Mr. Chandra mentioned about psychosomatic, our own field. Brain has a strong influence on the body. Brain has a control on the body. That is psychosomatic. In our medical profession, all of you would have seen, there are some clinics where hundreds of patients are waiting. Some other clinic, hardly it's empty. Both the doctors have done the same medicine. This man is successful and that man isn't. We call this particular successful person as a very lucky person. He touches you, you'll be all right. No. This person has mastered the art of communication. How to impress the brain. A simple example. Someone walks into my consultation chamber and says, Doc, I got a sore throat. I ask him, please sit down. I put a torch. I'm able to see an infected tonsils. I take a paper. I scribble an antibiotic, an antihistamine, an anti-inflammatory, a B complex. Give the paper to him and tell him go. This guy is walking out thoroughly dissatisfied. He says, what the hell is this doctor? He just asked me to open my mouth through the torch and scribbled something and gave it to me. He is not happy. His brain is not happy. He walks out thoroughly dissatisfied. Believe me, for the next 10 days, he will not get well at all. Another patient with the same complaint. I asked him, I know his name is Ram. I can see it in my computer. I said, good morning, Mr. Ram, please come and sit. Broken the ice. He sits there. Then I ask him, tell me the problem. Same problem. He says, sore throat and all that. I just write it down. Then I examine him thoroughly, the oral cavity, the nostrils, the lungs for lower respiratory infection. At the end of my diagnosis is clear. It's acute tonsillitis. At the end of it, I write the same antibiotic, antihistamine, anti-inflammatory, and B complex. Give it to him and pat him on his shoulder and say, look, you will be all right. He's so satisfied. He said, what a great doctor he is. I also tell him, don't expose yourself to air conditioning, have warm water, saline gargling. He walks out, says, what a wonderful doctor he is. He asked me about my disease. He examined me thoroughly, gave me the diagnosis, also the do's and don'ts. A great doctor. I tell you, within 24 hours, he'll be all right, and I become a lucky doctor. So this is how psychosomatic, what Mr. Chandra was mentioning. So meditation helps to see that our mind is calm, aware of what we are doing, and pursue what we want to. Spiritual health. Again, meditation has a strong influence on spiritual health. It tells us self-acceptance, cultivating inner peace, mindfulness, aham brahmasmi, he mentioned, and non-judgmental about others. Divinity has an influence in our lives. Just to share a real experience, what happened, how divinity has an experience, has an impact. In Akbar's palace, there used to be a poet, Tansen, the greatest poet, Siga. Raga Darbar, whenever he sings, I believe it used to be out of the world. Once he did so, Akbar came down and hugged him and said, Tansen, you are the greatest musician in the whole world. I would like to give you half my kingdom. Tansen said, Alam, please don't say that. If you listen to my guru, you will say that what I am singing is absolutely nothing. Akbar got infuriated. You have insulted me. Show me your guru right now. Tansen said, yes, sir, let us go. Both of them on 2 horsebacks. It was a full moon night. The banks of Yamuna river, they were going. From somewhere they heard after some time the Raga Darbar coming in the air. They moved further. They could not go on the horseback. They got down and started walking. As they got closer and closer, their legs started trembling. The power of music was so much, so divine. At the end of it, they saw a small little Krishna temple. And a beggar singing there, sitting and singing Raga Darbar. Tansen told Akbar, Alam, he is my guru. Whatever, the raga is the same, but I'm after all singing in your palace and he's singing in the Lord's palace. So divinity, in whatever form, we believe in almost all the religions. All are inherently divine. So divinity has a strong impact in whatever we do. Friends, before I conclude, a very pet subject of Chandra is vegetarianism. Vegetarianism again has an impact on our physical, mental, spiritual health. We are walking on the road, suddenly a lorry comes and then they bang the horn. We get a shock. Why? Because huge amount of cortisol is secreted in the body. When these animals are butchered, I've actually seen such thing. They have a sense that they know they're going to be killed. They are moved closer to the guillotine. They try to resist. 3-4 people have to push. And when that knife comes and cuts the neck, I was told, huge quantities, liters and liters of cortisol secreted in the body of that animal. And all of them get embedded in the muscles of the animal. And that is what is consumed directly, so injurious to human health. So vegetarianism is something all those who are practicing meditation should propagate vegetarianism. Friends, Dr. Abdul Kalam, because one of the things they mentioned to me is one family, one world. I do not know how many of you have read a nice poem written by Dr. Kalam. I'll just read it for you. It's called Life Tree. Life Tree. It says, this poem, which was conceptualized when Dr. Kalam was flying between the cities of Hyderabad and Delhi. As he looked down from the skies, all he saw were the pristine white clouds covering all of human habitat. All he had for company were his friend Vidyasagar and the majestic moonlight. It prodded him into asking some very pertinent questions. He says, "Oh, my human race, how we were born in the universe of near infinity. Are we alone? There was a divine echo in the full moon night from my creator," he writes. Shaken, bewildered, and wondered, the echo engulfed me and my race. You, the human race, is the best of my creation. You will live and live. You give and give till you are united in human happiness and pain. My bliss will be born in you. Love is the mission of humanity. You will see every day in this life tree. What beautifully he had written. Values which all of us have to cherish and inherit as practitioners of meditation. Nature is again a best teacher. When I see Dr. DRK, I'm reminded on this again. Nature is the best teacher. There are a lot of qualities. For want of time, I'm not going into it. Only one aspect I would like to touch upon. In Tamil it says, ஏறுவோர் அனைவரையும் குனிந்து வரச் சொல்கின்றது, இறங்குவோர் அனைவரையும் நிமிர்ந்து செல்லச் செய்கின்றது. மலை சொன்னது, பணிந்து வாழ்ந்தால் உயர்ந்து போவாய், நிமிர்ந்து திரிந்தால் இறங்கி போவாய். It talks about humility. The mountain says, you want to climb me? Bend yourself. You bend yourself, you can climb the mountain and reach the top. The moment you are there, your ego, your head is heavy, no time you'll be down below. Humility and simplicity is the essence of life as we grow in our ladder. I conclude. Right from our school days, we were impressed with the definition of life by Harry Emerson. Harry Emerson, a famous thinker, he says that you cannot call everyone born in this world as someone who was born, then he lived and died. No. What is it to have lived in its proper perspective? Emerson defines to laugh often and much, to win the appreciation of honest critics, to endure the betrayal of false friends, to win over the affection of children, to love beauty, to make this world a bit better, whether by a green garden patch or a redeemed social condition, to know that even one life breathes easier because we lived, that is to have succeeded. The definition, friends, I conclude, there's a wonderful opportunity for me to meet so many people and interact as well. Humor is also the essence of life. Humor, without humor, there is no life at all. As meditative experts also, we should also enjoy humor. And one of the qualities all of us have to imbibe is patience. Patience, patience. And we doctors, we have to be more patient when we deal with our patients as well. The other day, a friend of mine had a small little cut injury, finger. It was bleeding. This guy looked around and there was a doctor's clinic. A lot of people are seated there. He walked in because he wanted to have a dressing. One sister came and pushed him onto the bench. He showed his finger. She was very busy. She went away. Within a couple of minutes, the second sister came and removed his shirt and banian. He showed his finger. That lady, very seriously, she removed his shirt and banian and went. Another couple of minutes, the third sister came and kept a thermometer in his mouth. He started fuming. He turned around. There were 40 guys like him, all with their shirt and banian out and a thermometer in the mouth. Then came the fourth sister. Very religiously took the thermometer out from the first person, recorded the temperature, came up to him and did so. He shouted at the fellow sitting next to him, "What the hell is this? Is it a mental asylum? I came for a cut injury and this is what they did for me. I'm going to complain to the chief medical officer." And that man said, "Patience. Be patient. Look at me. I'm the postman for this region for the past 25 years. Every day I will come. They will remove my shirt and banian, keep a thermometer also. At the end of it, I'll go and give them a post and they'll go away. Just for one day, why are you so impatient?" Friends, I hope I have not tested your patience today. I conclude, meditation binds the world. It brings people together. One world, one family. Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Tagore, in Gitanjali, those golden words, he beautifully says, whatever we want to say on this one world, one family. Few lines of Gitanjali, Rabindranath Tagore says, where the head is held high, where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, where the words come from the depth of truth, where the world is not broken down by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Jai Hind.
For more details about Project Excellence, write to us at excellence@buddhaceo.org.